Hey. I'm just gonna wait for other community members to join before I get to the main topic. That's totally okay. Hello, Sai. I can see you. Wait, why are the alerts not working? That is weird. No, it's supposed to appear. I mean, it's on. But whatever. Okay, yeah, who's ever gonna watch the VOD later, or whoever is joining late, we're basically continuing from the last stream where we left off. Yeah. Okay, so I was thinking that I should just convert all the ground bundles here and just not have these two only. Frosty editor. Yeah, so we're gonna take these and convert them all. I think we already have 1 and 5, yeah. So we're gonna start from 2 here. Oh, hold on. I forgot I can mass export these. Might as well just do this then. Yeah, Frosty Editor doesn't have like multi-select by default. Then I just realized that I have the plugin for it. Now we have the entire ground level here, but without the props imported, so you see errors everywhere. Now to quickly test it. Gonna see if I can somehow make it skip models that are missing. Unless it's not the missing models that's causing this. The funny thing is that sometimes it just works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, just like gambling. Unless it's caused by that one file which doesn't have any props at all. I know that 12 doesn't have anything, yeah. I'm gonna try deleting it. Okay. I'm confused at this point. It's still trying to find that file. Just gonna do that then. Now it seemed to import even more. Yeah. Okay, why am I not moving? Oh, there we go. Did we just lag? Or what happened just now? I probably cut off just now, did I? I don't think that's normal. Honestly, yeah, give me a second here. Okay, okay, I think it should work now. And my neck isn't completely broken. Okay, there we go. Yes, it was probably Viachet's fault. Yeah, this is actually one of the reasons why I don't want to VTube. But VTubing by itself has a side effect. It's just to add some flavor. Because just doing desktop streams is not really, well, entertaining. If I eventually get better lighting conditions, I will set up the green screen. What flavor? Yeah, the chat is stuck again. I'll just refresh it again. See, nothing happened in the dreamland. Right, these are very odd questions. I mean, okay, sure, I mostly enjoy chicken burgers, so I hope that answers your question. Right, so I had an idea here. If these precompiled model files have this clean structure, that means we can potentially automate the process of importing these props. But then I'm not sure if I should, if I then must compile them manually or whether they would do it themselves. I wonder if deleting these will actually have an impact. If I were just to keep the class, the name, the file name, and the import scale. I mean, that should work, right? I haven't tested that before. So I'm trying to find a prop that has a simple and clean structure. So then we can kind of compare it with this model file. Let's see how exactly we can automate it. Box. 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 Oh wait, I already have it. Oh, I can just import the raw one. Wait, no, I need the blueprint. Made a mistake. Okay. So supposedly we make a script that automatically generates this. Then we would need to look for these tags here. Like for instance, we already have this up here, which is the path of the auto here. So this will like go in here and then just attach an FBX extension to it. And yeah, then we also have the mesh file here. Wait, no, I did it wrong. Yeah, so for the file name here, we basically use the mesh, the FBX file, not the name of the whole model itself. I'll see you later then. Goodbye. And something else that just occurred to me is that I might have to do the physics files myself, because I can't export them or decompile them. They're just encrypted in the Frostbite engine somehow. Completely locked away. What? Whatever you just said, it gave me a stroke. Well, okay, basically there are these Havoc assets here. These basically store the collisions for the model. But just like shaders, you cannot view them as well. Even with other instances. Yes, that's what I'm doing, trying to show here. We basically automate the basic mesh files and the we can automate the model visually, but not the collision itself. Does that make sense? We have the information to the path of the model, or the entire model, the blueprint. And then you have the mesh here that will contain all the LOD files. But the physics, we cannot automate that. We have to add it manually. And potentially model the collision shapes in Blender. That's okay. Wait, what is this? Rectangular box, maybe? Because of the RB here. But it doesn't have any... Yeah, I'm too quiet, but I don't really know what there is to talk about. I'm just sitting here thinking how I could approach this kind of automation. Mm. But now I just realized if we want to make this possible, then we would first need a script that a Blender script which I forgot the word for it. Basically, when you try to generally when you export mesh files from the Frosty editor, it doesn't export the material assignments on that mesh, and instead names the submeshes after the material. And that basically confuses the engine, if I can demonstrate it here. If you look over here, because the model has LOD files, well, level of detail, those are basically models that switch to a less detailed version of itself as you go further away from it. And basically, here you can see that it has 3 variants that are, there's 2 that are equally named, so it just kind of merged those 2 LOD models together. And this is what I would have to potentially automate. I could demonstrate how that would go. Okay, let's say, supposedly, I'll just what is this doing here? White. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete this and just keep the textures and materials. Now we're gonna export this. We're gonna keep all the LOD files, export it in meters. Now, what we would pretty much need is a Python script which basically automates an entire folder. And as it goes through each model one by one, as you can see here, it has 2 LOD files here. It's gonna assign a material to it and name it after the mesh here. And then it names the mesh after the LOD. Wait, what? Okay, there we go. But before it actually names it after the LOD level, it first merges all of those meshes together that use different materials in one LOD level. So there aren't multiple same LOD levels, basically. We're also going to make sure that it does name the material with those numbers that Blender attaches. Then ultimately, we're gonna have this. Well, without those roots, I suppose. And yeah, then we'll pretty much export the model again. FBX. And that's gonna be the complete and sanitized version of the export. And now if we go back here, you can see that we have all those, we have these 2 LOD files without that box 01 and box 02 mess. What is my hand doing? Huh. Okay, chill. Damn. I did that on purpose, sorry. Please don't clip that. Don't. I'm ashamed. Oh, something that I just realized is that we actually have to scale the model accordingly. Yeah, so if we want to scale up the models, like if we put models from the Frostbite engine to the Source engine, we would have to increase the scale by this value, 37.5. I actually got that value from a previous project that involved porting the assets to Gary Smart. And then when we export it, we have to make sure that the export scale is 0.01 because FBX files like to be really large. Okay, so now it's the accurate size. And we also don't have to change the scale in the import settings. But if we were to do it that way, then we would also need to change how the import script scales the models. Because right now it is fixed to, well, place the model in the scene when it loads the map and then scale it up by that value. And then also position it by that value. So the positioning is correct. This value right here. We might as well just get rid of it entirely. Or maybe just comment it out, I guess. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna remove this then and save it. Wait, did you actually clip it? But yeah, just like Frostbite does, we have all the LOD variants in a single file. So now if we take the... Oh my god. Yeah, basically we can duplicate the mesh in the random mesh list and toggle the lots here. Were you away just now because I asked you a question? Yeah, I pretty much asked if you actually clipped what I did, because I'm kind of curious. Okay. Okay. Not a big deal. Okay, that makes no sense. It's not supposed to switch the LOD this early on. If we take the LOD distance from here and put it in here, it just... Unless there's some kind of quality setting values that get multiplied with those values, because then that would make sense. What I also notice is that there's something called shadow distance here. I assume it turns off the shadow of the model after 30 meters. Perhaps, maybe. Not really sure what the 30 stands for. Unless it's also pretty similar to the LOD distances here. But that makes me think, can you actually disable the shadows here? Oh yes, you can. Hello there. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I just realized you lied. I can see the clip counter down there. Thanks, Sai. But yeah, for everyone that just joined, what I'm attempting here is to automate porting the props here. Just gonna make a template here so I can have a reference of what I'm doing. Oh, this blueprint file doesn't have any LODs in it. But the model itself has. It's gonna make things more complicated. But yeah, again, we're gonna basically generate this precompiled, no, not precompiled, this uncompiled file, and we're gonna take the information from here and let's see. Where even is the model name? And my hand is doing funky stuff again. Okay. Hands, please stop. Yeah, okay, I can kind of see it now. I'm gonna use this path to export. Yeah, we're just gonna reference the project file, the assets file to project. Use this path and then make an empty model file and then just start generating this. Now then we would also have to go through the model file itself and check what LOD files it has. Yeah, here, gonna use the mesh file here with the FBX extension. Apply the LODs here. The LOD group list. Yeah, and material should be pretty simple. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I cannot do this yet because I have to sanitize these models first after exporting them. But the fact that we are gonna automate these kind of files, that's 100%. What do you mean hands? I just adjusted the microphone. Greatness. I still don't get why the chat always gets stuck. Well, obviously I have a separate chat here that I can read and respond to. But the widget is just broken. Whatever. Right. No, the muscle memory is wild. I did not mean to open a word. No, you can yap as much as you want. Actually, where is Word? I don't see it. And yeah, you cannot actually see the other programs that are open because they don't show up here on the main monitor. I mean, why has no one asked or like, questioned where OBS even is? Or where VR chat is? Because I'm not using an external computer. So running on one machine. Wow. Magic. Anyway. Actually, this reminds me, hold on. Here. Okay. Processing, exported. I just realized the idea that I have here, it might backfire because there are two types of models or mesh assets that Frostbite has. Let's see here. We have the regular rigid mesh asset here. But then there's also... Not sure where I could find a good example. Catwalk as the such. Yeah, there it is. Composite mesh asset. There's rigid and composite. And they do have their differences. They have a completely different structure. So remember how the rigid ones have these LOD meshes separated by these these axes, these root axes. Now if we just gonna purge the data here. Here's the difference. Do you see the problem? It uses a skeleton. Oh well. It's gonna be a bit questionable to process because once you delete it, they don't actually get reparented to these axes here. I think. Hold on. I still don't quite know the difference between rigid and composite. I'll quickly look it up. Rigid meshes are single solid pieces that don't deform. Props, walls, guns, rocks. They move as one object, there's no bending and no bounce. Composite meshes are made of multiple parts or influenced by multiple transforms. That includes things like characters, vehicles, moving parts. Okay. Well, that makes sense now. But how would that make sense for these props? Oh, that is very questionable. Like, why? Why would this need to move? Those DICE developers are really mysterious.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me just quickly do something real quick. Hello, by the way. Don't fear to use the chat. I respond to anyone. Yes, it does get boring when I do something off screen, but I have to. Oh, you can enjoy the music in the meantime. I'm glad you think that way. I did have another playlist which I wanted to play on today's stream, but it was too, I would say, too loud and intrusive, and kind of ruins the show vibe of this environment. Yeah, this is getting rather painful, even for me. Not sure what you mean by progress there, but the thing is, what I'm trying to do right now is so this automation script for Blender that I'm kind of trying to plan right now. Well, I don't really see myself writing it. It would take even more time. So I'm just kind of providing GPT with the task itself, and I'm trying to be very precise about it so it doesn't actually screw it up and doesn't give me any errors. Yes, I know it's using AI is bad, but you know, this actually brings me to a topic about AI and AI being used in games. Well, as long as you use it in a way that doesn't really impact the game. Well, how do you put it? Like, for instance, you want to import a bunch of prompts, and doing it manually would take a long time. So you would have the AI that gives you a script that speeds that import process up. If it actually basically if it results in an end product which looks like it was made manually, as if it was done manually, I don't have any issues with it. The only problem I have is when you have the AI generating game logic or textures for a game or sound effects for a game. AI by itself should be used in a way that speeds up your it should speed up your work, but not the overall quality of your game. It shouldn't create assets. It should create tools that speed things up for you and doesn't necessarily contribute to the game itself in any way. It should like only decrease your work time. Yeah, there are a lot of people that use AI for pretty cheap stuff. It's, yeah, really unfortunate. I think I'm almost there in terms of writing down the instructions. It's getting painful to sit. I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours. And my hands are doing weird things again. I just might be really related to the light. When there's a darker screen, it tends to track more poorly. Oh. Maybe in the future I need to do something else. Well, I don't want to abandon this these development projects, but there's definitely something I want to do that, like I can see myself doing like cozy Minecraft streams, modded too. That would be really cool. Yeah. The thing about the Dreamland is that, yes, sure, it is. The community does focus on game development projects, pretty much creativity. But then again, we're designed to be comfy and welcoming. And I do indeed hope that one day I may do one of these cozy streams and have people just vibe with me here. And don't have to watch this boring stuff. Well, it obviously isn't boring to me because I really like Mirror's Edge and definitely would love to see it in the Source 2 engine here. The thing is, when I work... yeah, the thing is, when I work in any project, I used to stream them in the Discord server, right? And so then I would ask friends out if they want to watch me. And so this is essentially where the idea came from. Instead of streaming my development stuff in the Discord server, I would just set this up and do it here. And that's where we are at right now. I think it's cool. We have some people occasionally coming by. It is understandable that today is Monday and we will see less people because most seem to be busy. The weekend was pretty great. We had some first chatters or new chatters here. Yeah, people definitely had a lot more free time yesterday. We had like 3 people watching along. It is totally understandable that the stream is gonna be quiet. Yeah, I agree. The thing is, one of the mistakes that I do as a first-time streamer, right? I never read the messages, right, that people send. And then the VOD watchers just get confused about what I reply to. That would... I mean, if the chat widget behind me worked, then I wouldn't have to read them, because they would actually read it right here. But in any case, I would have to read them in the future anyway, because that's standard practice, I guess. Because then people would feel more appreciated that their messages are being read. No. See, I did it again. Okay. Let me try. Let me try. Streamer is not working with chat, baby rage. See, I did it this time. I work with chat. But yeah, it's actually great that you're deciding to stay that long. I mean, because if you have at least one person watching, they will occasionally say something and you have then something to talk about. Like, I do appreciate that you're here. Okay. So we know that the plane axes are actually rotating things, and we have to apply the transformation there. Okay. Oh, I'm sending it. We're gonna see if... Ooh, okay. Let's see how this will affect the mesh. It did the thing. It did the thing. We're making progress once again. what do we do next? We would obviously need to test the script on a model that has multiple meshes inside an LOD file. Because then we can see if it's broken or not. Basta big. It has two meshes, like we have the glass and the frame itself. Oh yeah, I will definitely keep in mind to fix the chat so it doesn't get stuck anymore. Because it's actually annoying and it's a bit of an inconvenience for the VOD watchers. Okay, so we confirmed that this works. Let's see. I don't want to say something that could potentially get me banned. But that's very funny. Save as. Okay, now we have that script. No, you know, I've recently been active on TikTok a lot more, and I really gotta say that, yeah, TikTok is a lot more bad compared to iFunny. Right. Get rid of this. I mean, I do still use it, so... But it gets boring at times. Oh, okay. Here we have a very big model. Adds glass main map. I wonder how the script will handle this, because I'm really curious. Run. Did it work? But yeah, look at this, it actually works. It's impressive. It is very likely that the stream might be delayed for you, because yeah, you seem to have responded to me being happy about this success here quite late, like 10 to 20 seconds maybe. I'm not sure how Twitch even handles the low latency. And compared to YouTube, it doesn't really have a skip to the live part button. Usually what I just do is I refresh the page. But yeah, we have this script done. Now I wonder if we can somehow... Oh. Yeah, understandable. Yes, I do hear you, VOD watchers. I still don't read the chat, but I will fix the widget at some point. Okay, what else could we test the script on? Let's see. I could just try it on modules. No. Routes, streaming ground. Ground station 01. Let's see how it will handle that mesh, because it's quite huge and has a lot of material assignments. Very curious indeed. Like, wow. That's like 9. Run. And guess what? It worked. But something that we haven't tested yet is if it actually retains Uh, what I want to say is we need to check if the materials actually stay correct. Oh, right. I mean, we can test it this way. I'm gonna make this red and let's see. Yeah, there we go. We have water, which is this right here. Yeah, I mean, the script does assign the materials correctly. Okay. Well, we have the script, so now that it's left to do is making the other script, which takes this processed model by this that is processed by the script and the exported FBX file. There's going to be another script which reads this blueprint and the exported FBX model file, and then generates this file for the s&box editor. And then we can just drop it in, and yeah, then we don't have to fiddle around in this menu anymore. Although it is very likely that we have to open the menu every time and just compile the model and that's it. But that would speed up the importing process and it would help a lot. Oh well. All right, I will take a quick 5-minute break. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, I'm here again. Now I'm not exactly sure if I want to continue or if I want to complete the final script. Because I do have an appointment tomorrow and then do other stuff. I still have a table to assemble. I don't know. I will be busy in the next 2 days, so I'm not exactly sure if I will have enough energy to stream at all. No, it's not that. The thing is, I do want to do these streams, and life just kind of gets in the way. Let's see, so we have this stuff down here. But is it even worth it to declare what kind of prop this is? Does this make any difference? These are genuine questions, by the way. Do for any VOD watchers, do please leave a comment. I would appreciate that. I mean, okay, sure, we can reach the 3-hour mark and then we'll call it quit for today. No comment. Really. Honestly, it makes sense if I make this kind of script off stream, so I don't have to be quiet for several minutes again. I'll just say that so I believe the script is saved, right? It is saved. Okay. Well, we've made progress today. That is what matters right now. We do know that the import script is working. These level bundles, they get imported. Yeah, by the way, the player model is a small inside joke to Half-Life 2's third-person model, so that's why I did it. I unironically prefer this model over the default Terry model, the Sausage Man. I would rather be this Grey Freeman. But obviously no hate towards Terry. We all love him. But yeah, so far this is pretty cool. Someday we're gonna have the City of Glass in the Source 2 engine. It sounds very exciting to me. All these years I always dreamt about importing the city in any engine really, and then exploring it with other friends, because I never enjoyed how Mirror's Edge Catalyst is single player. And this is basically where my inspiration comes from. Porting the city here and then playing it with friends later. In my last VOD, I did actually show off the previous projects. Well, the parts where I imported the city in Roblox. And I was quite far until I abandoned Roblox entirely because of how terrible the moderation is and how in deep shit Roblox is in general right now, especially today. It's per multiplayer? No, it's Mirror's Edge Catalyst is single player, but it does have like these time trials. You have other people's ghosts that you can compete against. It's kind of multiplayer, but not really. But DICE has shut down the servers years ago, and those features don't exist anymore. You're completely on your own. Here, let me just refresh the chat just this once, so the VOD watchers can get these final moments. There we go. I obviously care how accurate the replica of the city is going to be. And so I will always try my best with the shaders so they look visually the same no matter what engine they're in. Even the models and their physics, and yeah. Like, I could show you how accurate the... well, first shader is that I ever made. This one right here. I did explain it before that the Frosty editor doesn't show or expose any shader math to you, but you can view the shader parameters and figure how they work based on that information, and this is essentially what happened here. And just from that information you have the basic shader from Catalyst. And it almost looks the same. There's just one feature here that cannot be used. The red channel here is supposed to tint the specular highlights, but it's not exactly exposed in the shader graph, and if I wanted to be more complex, then I would have to learn HOSL. I don't know what else I could talk about. I would definitely love to talk about something else as well. But you already asked that. Oh. Honestly, if I were to say what my favorite drink is right now, it would sound like advertisement. But no, it's not that bad. Well, I'm not exactly sponsored by Gamers House, but I'm using their like energy powder, mix it with water. It's quite good. I'm not sponsored, by the way. Well, though, I've watched one of Dark Viper's streams one time, and they had this active campaign where they advertised gamer subs, right? And people could like order free samples. And yeah, I pretty much ordered the free samples. They came to me weeks later. I even forgot that I ordered them. Yeah, I ended up trying them. It was pretty good. Like I can't even lie. I was then convinced I should actually buy something from them, and that's what I pretty much did. Yeah, that's how I got to drinking the stuff. Being influenced by an influencer? No way! Yep. Yeah, I really don't know what else to do for today. That one script that converts the blueprints to a model doc file, I will do that off stream. And then we're gonna see the import process, the automatic import process on the next stream. Gonna showcase how it works. But of course, I still didn't think about the materials because those won't get automated. For now, at least. But yeah, I don't know what else I could talk about. Unless you have any ideas. Otherwise, I would call it quits for today and go to rest because of appointments tomorrow. So I can wake up early. And yeah, this stuff right here, very promising. Even though it's full of errors right now. eventually when all of those props get imported. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not hiding any numbers. I'm really out of ideas. For today at least. It's kind of funny to me how the errors in Source 2 are just colliding. Well, in s&box at least. I'm not sure how they behave in Half-Life Alyx, for example, or Source Counter-Strike 2. Who did that? But yeah, I will definitely think of something next stream. Either I will make that one script for the next development stream, or I might even just plan the next stream to be a cozy Minecraft stream. Because I think some people might appreciate it. Like I had one person, a community member, saying that it's pretty nice to listen to my stream, so I'm still quite happy about that statement, and this is what basically inspires me to do Minecraft in the first place, because some people do believe that I sound cozy. But it's not just Minecraft by itself. Oh yeah, the music. Yeah, it does mix well. But yeah, I would definitely mod Minecraft as well, so it also adds like a bunch of like cute and cozy aspects. Like animals. Actually, hold on. Just gonna refresh the chat again so people can see. after. Okay. Okay, chill already. Yeah, I can really quickly show you what I have in mind. Right, so I mean we've got stuff like shaders. There's a lot of quality of life stuff. Additional. Yeah, whatever. It's. I think it's gonna be great. You know, it's not really about doing any types of streams. It's rather about doing what really fits for me and the community. Oh, the goals of my community. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it here, and I appreciate you for sticking this long, sticking by this long. I'll see you later. Wow.